Amen.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to OP Digital Blueprint. Today we have a very special guest with us, Jeffrey Morlock. Say hi, Jeffrey.
Hey, hello, everybody. A wonderful on-passive day to you.
And obviously my co-reprobate, Collins, is here. Say hi, Collins.
Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be with my two brothers here, Jeffrey Morlock and Andy Berg. What a day.
What a day. Well, obviously, a lot of you guys have watched Marty, Chris, and Red's 360 yesterday with Ash on it about the various different bits and pieces that they've now added into OConnect, which is fantastic. And today what we wanted to do is really just go through a few of those, highlight a few of those, but also we wanted Jeffrey's opinion on the business opportunity and what he sees moving forward. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put Jeffrey on the spot and say, what is your favorite change? What do you see in OConnect that you rather like?
Oh, first of all, thank you, Andy. I was so blessed, surprised and blessed when you said, hey, Collins and I are going to be, why don't you come join us? I'm like, whoa, this is really cool because you've become one of my best buddies ever since Comfort got us together. And I appreciate what you're doing. And obviously, Collins, you and your ProTech guys, man, you're a staple in the informational wave of ONPASSIVE. So thank you guys so very, very much. Getting back to the OConnect, there's a couple of things that I love about OConnect. And the first one I'm going to tell you is not new. It's just that it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I love the way that it looks. I love the ease of it. I love the colors. I love the way that it's not hard on your eyes and you don't have to look for stuff. It's just beautiful. And that's what I lead with whenever I do anything. As a matter of fact, I'm about to put out a little bitty video about OConnect. And the first thing I say is, guys, this thing is gorgeous and you just got to work with it. But even more than that is the graphics. We've been kind of spoiled because we know, that Mr. Mufara likes fancy and he likes things done right. And when we first got going with OConnect, it was actually something I think that was touting high def graphics. Well, we've graduated from that and he's going into ultra high definition graphics, which is absolutely phenomenal. And there's no other company that I'm aware of that has anything like this out there with that level of graphics and technology in it. Secondarily, he's going to be coming out with the ability not only to change backgrounds, that with ultra high def backgrounds, but the ability as well to do the same things in videos. You'll be able to change the backgrounds of videos. And that is another just outstanding development that's going on with OConnect. So those are a couple of mine, and they go the core theme of my appreciation for OConnect has to do with the graphics of it and the functionality of the graphics within the program. Thank you.
What about you, Collins? What are your favorites?
Wow. So everything like what Jeffrey said, everything, because, it is so rapid the way we have all these add-ons coming day in, day out. And remember, Mr. Ashmore said yesterday that every week there'll be something new in OConnect. We had this new add-on where we're talking about default on each of the functionality where you can make it as a default, menu. Say, for instance, you go to prompter, you've entered something in, and you make that particular entry as a default. So every time you go in, it is there, and you can just decide to remove it, then you make it to go back to its normal state. And so goes with all the other functions. And then the other thing I like is, for instance, if Jeffrey is speaking, the system moves Jeffrey to the first spot. It rotates based on, who is speaking. So you can see the person. So wherever you are, the system just pull, your image to the first spot. Wow, that's amazing. It is just so crazy the way ONPASSIVE is doing things. And there was, it's just a lot because I'm just thinking about it. And I'm like, okay, what about the timer, the lock as well, where you can lock a room? You say, all right, the meeting, we don't need more people, you just lock it. What about the break time? break time functionality, where you can say, all right, let's take a 5-minute break. Boom, put the clock there, and then it goes. And after that, it opens the room again for all of you to assemble and start the meeting. My goodness, it is just like, so just imagine you have a breakout room, and then you say, all right, let's have this meeting individually or separately for 5 minutes, and you put the breaks there. Oh, that's a time for you to have that breakout room. After I move room, bring the rooms back together. So there are just a lot of things that's happening, in O Connect, which I quite love it. Like Jeffrey said, the graphics. Oh my God. The new function that you can have a video background and, the static background like what we have here. The color coding, everything is just so beautiful. And honestly, I said, just wait until the next piece come out, the next version come out. If we think this is good, then let us just wait to see what the next will be. It is just crazy, honestly. It's really crazy, and it's good for businesses.
I must admit, my favorites are the ones that are already there. Like push a link or the actual presentation and the prompter scenario, so that I can read as if I'm looking at the screen all the time. A poll system so that you can do a poll or a survey in the middle of it, and obviously a call to action. And this is the key for most businesses. So we know, for instance, that there are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of businesses doing presentations to what I would call newbies, to guys that come along or get invited, like they used to do with the old multi-level marketing scenario, where you actually go into a room. But nowadays, everything's done on video conferencing, which is phenomenal. But you get invited along to these things. Just think what it would be like for these companies to use this and do their presentation, and they say, right, there you go, there's a call to action. How many people from that would actually sign up? Because, let's face it, most people are impulsive. So they will listen to a presentation, they'll understand what's going on, they go, yes, I like that, bang, there you go, here's a call to action, sign up here. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Which brings me nicely on to your thoughts about the business, Jeffrey, because let's face it, we're in this for the business. And at the end of the day, that business is going to be able to provide us with financial freedom to the extent that we will then be able to do a lot of other things for a lot of other people. Wow. But initially, we're going to start small and it's going to build up. So what are your thoughts? What do you think?
Wow, right on, man. You talk about business. You talk about the mother of all business, Moab, right? We learned that term back in the Gulf War. Moab was something else, but this ONPASSIVE is a new Moab, man. It's there's two ways you can look at it. And number one is the business of ONPASSIVE and what ONPASSIVE is doing. Secondarily, and more to your point, I believe, is the business that we have with ONPASSIVE and what we can do through ONPASSIVE to give us what we like 2.5 years ago, Mr. Mufara came up with a fun term called CATMO, which was the complete automatic traffic with money, the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle. And we had a lot of fun with that, saying that was getting back to what you said, freedom. And this is total freedom. In other words, what we've got is something that when we use it to the full for our advantage, it's going to give us money and it's going to give us time to enjoy that money. So life is going to be very good for us. Now, when we talk about the business, we're generally focusing in on the OES of ONPASSIVE, the ecosystem, right? The digital ecosystem, ONPASSIVE's ecosystem, which is a fully functioning multi-network altogether digital ecosystem. And that is one component. We have about 8 different components of ONPASSIVE. When you talk about the marketing and the branding, or when you talk about the office spaces and the brick and mortars, or you talk about the ecosystem, or you talk about any other of the legs like the strategic partnerships and everything that we enjoy. When we talk about having our business with ONPASSIVE, we're specifically zeroing in on the OES and saying we have a spread, a buffet, if you will, of digital products that's going to end up. I think we've probably got close to a dozen of them about ready to roll out. We've got a couple of them that are in the pipeline or in the queue to come out next. And we've obviously got 2 or 3 that are free products now we can access and use. And we've got the big flagship product, OConnect, that is a paid product that we can now use. But we've got ultimately probably 3, 4, 5, 6 dozen, depending on how far out you want to go. Right now, I'm comfortable saying we got a couple dozen in the queue to come out over the next year or two. But what the ecosystem represents for us as business people, as online entrepreneurs, number one is whatever we do on passive has turned the whole thing upside down, in that we're not based on products and profit. Now what we're doing is on passive is enabling us as entrepreneurs to come on and use their resources, use this platform to bring in multiple streams of income for us. And they are very, very generous in doing this. Mr. Mufara has quoted more than once that on passive is not greedy when it comes to profit. And that's one of the things they're getting a lot of flack from. You know, when you talk about the tech teams or the big wigs or these developers, these really high-powered engineers, and the legal team saying, wait a minute, why are you giving these away so cheaply? Why are you sharing this profit so much? I mean, don't you realize you could be, you know, a trillionaire in the next few years? And so getting back to the business portion of it, we have at least a couple of dozen products in this ecosystem already that we know is an abbreviated internet. It literally has anything that you need, not something you want and something, you know, that, oh, it'd be nice to have. If you need it, we've got it for online business. And so we're turning the whole system upside down, because now everything is in one place. Everything's under one roof. And not only that, but each and every product that we've got is easy to use. It's beautiful. It's absolutely top notch. It's written from scratch. And when you think about what's out there, you don't have to go piecemealing something together. You don't have to go to one provider to get, you know, maybe your domains, or another one to set up a website, or another one to get your VPN, or another one to get some products, or another one to bring in the software to host the products. You don't have to bring in some other bulk emailer. I mean, it's all under everything you need. And with everything that we have and we can use, it becomes a single, separate, additional stream of income. So when you talk about,
yeah, let's come to this. So you've mentioned this a couple of times. So basically, what you're saying is every single product we have becomes its own separate income stream.
Absolutely.
So expand on that. Tell me why that is. How does that work?
Well, it's even better than that. As good as that sounds, it's even better than that, because that's kind of how Mr. Mufara rolls. You know, he's got this over delivery kind of a theme and mentality, but specifically addressing the income and the separate streams. Every product that we've got coming out has got its own, and it has a correlating department within OnPassive. So OConnect has got its own department, and that department is responsible for all of the technical workings and the development of OConnect. All the functionality, it's handled by that department. So when we have, for instance, we sign up, we get a free access to the OES by signing up, and we say, okay, we're going to subscribe to OConnect. Once we subscribe to OConnect, that turns that green light on. I love what he said was that once you subscribe, that's flipping the switch, because now you have in your power everything, the power of OConnect, first of all, and to start with. But more than that, for your business, as with all other products, you're also going to have what it takes to be able to resell that. If you choose to be a reseller of that, which every founding member is, we've got members coming in. That's what they want to do. They want to use it and they want to resell it. So each product that you subscribe to, you've now got the ability to become a reseller. And in that, you get all the marketing, you get all the branding, you get all the traffic, you get all the follow-up. You make this, I mean, ONPASSIVE's doing the whole thing for you. He wasn't kidding when he said done for you. You know what I mean? I mean, so they're going to do it all.
Absolutely. So the time is coming very soon when we will have our own domains. And Collins, you give a great analogy of this online shop. So explain what you mean, Collins. You're muted, buddy.
Sorry, I was muted. Jeffrey just blew my mind, and you just expand me now to a different direction before I talk about online shop. You know, I know, Andy, you talk about businesses and how our products, especially O Connect, will help. Jeffrey said a lot of things, and I was just like sitting thinking, oh my God, you know. So it makes me now to look at it in another angle. So when you look at the way technology is, how they adapt and they develop technology, they build it to meet up with businesses. You know, our needs are rising every day. You know, things are moving so fast, you know, in the business world. Sometimes you want to get to a place, it costs you a lot of money, transportation costs. Just imagine you want to interview someone. It's all right, there is a client coming from America, but I've not spoken to that person. I'm in UK. I need to get at least the first contact with this person, this client. Where do you go? Video, audio conferencing. That is the magic. And after COVID, face-to-face meeting, you know, is like reducing a lot. Drastically, it's reducing. Because sometimes business will say, let's have the first set of interview with this person, second set, then we can call them to come to the office. Where do they go? Video, audio conferencing. At least to meet the person face-to-face. And remember, there is something that Mr. Ashmufara said, that founding members are reducing. That's the percentage are going down. And what will happen? Maybe we are 40%. Who are the rest? Maybe majority of them are business people coming in to look for a proper solution, because we said ONPASSIVE is the solution to the problem, the business challenges that are out there. Now, what do we really have in O Connect that can solve all these problems? We are talking about multi-language translation to functionality that is coming. We're talking about speech to text, where you can have it's already there. The chat size already there. You speak, the system record it and just post it out. You know, so you have this video conferencing. How will this help businesses? They will reduce financial cost because you don't have to travel again from one end to the other. Why not have the meeting on the video and do the transaction straight away? You know, every sector will have it. Now we're having hospitals. Now you cannot even go, you call. You know, soon doctors will be using what? Video conference, because you want to speak to your patient. You want to see your patient. You know, you want to have that contact, because like sometimes when you speak on the phone, they don't really see you, so they don't see any facial visual expression or the way you look. You know, they can say, oh no, we need you incoming. Where would they go? Video conferencing platform will play a very big role. And thank God that we have something driven by AI, you know, in the form of O Connect, where AI is embedded within our video conferencing with all the tools coming. So it is already a big industry, and that's why they call it the octopus. Madi always say this is the octopus of ONPASSIVE, because it is interconnected with all the products, as Jeffrey said. All the products, there are multiple streams of income. But how do you sell a product out there? Say you want to introduce ONET or OMail to someone, video conferencing. Still on OMail, and we share our screen on ONET, on O Connect. Share our screen and say, do you want to see OMail? Yes, look at it. It has video mailing. It has this, and that. What do you think about it? There you go. I will have it. O staff, let's go to video conferencing. O academic, let's go to video conferencing. So you use it as a connecting tool that connects all the products, and you can use it to even show or demonstrate the product virtually. What will happen? Stream of income will be flowing in, as Jeffrey said. It will be coming in. Businesses will use it to showcase their business, meetings, a lot of things. So It is just so crazy when it comes to O Connect, and it comes at the right time where Ash is looking at it and putting more in it.
Now, what I want to do, guys, is all of this information. You kind of think about that and you go, "Oh my God, this is too complex for me. I can't do this." No, it's the eloquent way you explain everything. So I'm going to simplify it in layman's terms because I'm good at that, right? So what I'm trying to say here is that ONPASSIVE will create us an online store. Simplistic. All right. So we get our own domain. They brand us, individuals. Every affiliate will have their own. So what happens is in your ecosystem, in that domain of yours, you will have the free products, obviously, and the ones that you've activated that you can then sell, or they can then resell on your behalf. So there are going to be paid products, and each paid product, as Jeffrey quite rightly said, is a different income stream, because OConnect is one of those that is a monthly paid, or a quarterly, or a half yearly, or annually paid product. And you will get discounts if you pay for it annually. Things like OMail, ONet, No Trim are free products, so you don't pay a thing for those. So you're not going to earn any commission from it. But OTracker could be a monthly opportunity as well. Verify might be a one-off. We don't know. There's lots of different products coming out. So some might be a one-off payment. Domain, for instance, might be an annual payment. All of these different things provide a commission to us, but we don't have to understand how they work, nor do we have to worry about having to resell it if we don't want to, because the company will do that for us. Now, I love that bit, but I'm going to stress here, every person has the opportunity to build an income to the degree that they want, right? It is unlimited. So if you're going to let the company do it, it's obviously going to take longer. But if you do things for yourself, and this is where I'd like Jeffrey to come back in, I want to know from you, Jeffrey, what you think is a great idea for people to build their business. It's not complicated and it's not rocket science, but what do you do to do that?
Wow, man. First of all, let me go back and a little bit ago, Collins, you are absolutely right when you were indicating the functional connectivity of these products, because they're all integrated to work with each other where it's applicable. So you don't have to worry about that. You had mentioned O-Verify, just as a point of clarification. O-Verify will be free to the members. It's a business application, so we probably won't even use it, but we will, as you rightly stated, it can become an income stream, because if we as resellers sell that to a business, we get commission from a product that didn't cost us a dime. So and this, man, there are things going on that are just absolutely huge. Now, in looking at if somebody just comes in and says, "Oh my goodness, there is so much here. Where do I start with a business?" I say, do it like you eat an elephant, right? Just one bite at a time, and figure out what is it you want to go. And this is also what I love. And I'm so glad you're here to keep us focused, because man, I could go, I could just go and just go all over the place, but keeping me focused is pretty good, Andy. So thank you. In starting what you want to do, the beautiful thing about ONPASSIVE is that ONPASSIVE marries with the resources that we have in the EOS and our ability to create business. It marries heart and compassion and compassionate action with that. So I would first and foremost tell anybody, where is your heart? What is it that you want to do? What appeals to you? What gets you jazzed up? What gets you excited when you think about doing something? Is it, like you said, is it doing webinars? Then that's a no-brainer. Log on to the OES, get your free access, and sign up for OConnect and start with OConnect. Once you do that, something else is going to open up that's going to get you excited. And we've got something, whatever that excitement is for you, we've got something that's going to be able to fulfill it and take it to the next step. So if you jump on and get your free access, and you might say, well, I don't know what I want to do right now, but you know what? I've got an email now because I can use it. So I'm going to ask some friends, what do they think about this? And then you start a dialogue. And it may well be that somewhere down the road, you do find a passion. You find something that you want. It may be that you're a teacher, or maybe you've got a hobby or something. So you're going to steer toward O Academy, right? Which is a learning program. You may want to be able to create websites for people and for yourself. And so you're going to go to O Create. Or you may want to turn people on to domain names and VPNs and stuff like that. We've got whatever you want. So my question to you, Andy, would be, where does your passion lie? And what is it that you want to do? And then that you look at yourself and say, you know what, in a couple of years, I'd really like to be down the road with this idea, because we've got something within the ecosystem within ONPASSIVE, and we've got the heart to help you do it. So that's where I'd start.
Absolutely, I totally agree. And interestingly enough, I think it's Red that that used a very good analogy, because he said, when you go to a restaurant that you really enjoy, the first thing you do when you get home is tell all your friends. Yeah. So, but the difference is, the restaurant's not going to pay me for introducing these other people to go and have a meal there. Now, we've got the same excitement about what we've got in our hands, right? So why aren't we telling our friends? Now, I'm for my sins, I'm a Capricorn, I'm a planner, and I write lists. I know not everybody does that, but I write lists, and I've got lists of people coming out of my ears, whether people with kids at university, guys that work for other companies, or guys that work for themselves, small businesses, large businesses, you name it. There, like Jeffrey said, there is a product for every single one of those. And as things move forward, let me give you an example. This is the best example I can give you. So OConnect, for instance, now one particular crypto company that introduced me or asked me to go along to a webinar. I went along to the webinar. There were 3,000 people on the call. The presenter did his speech first in English, then in Italian, then in Spanish, then apologized because he couldn't speak Russian, German, or Greek. Right. Okay. So, and when we finished the presentation, I went back to the guy that introduced me. I said, "Can I ask two questions?" I said, "First of all, how many people have you got that would love to have been on that call?" He said, "There are over 400,000 of us worldwide. The problem is that the vast majority don't speak English." Okay, I've got something for you that's ideal. And by the way, it'll auto-translate into 57 different, and I didn't finish my sentence. He went, "We want it." I said, "I didn't get to the best bit. It's far more cost-effective than the one you're using at the moment, because it's less than half price for 10,000.
Yeah,
attendees.
About 10%.
Yeah,
of the cost.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Excuse me. So there are opportunities out there. It's a case of keeping your ear to the ground and talking to people about the excitement that we have about the products that we've already got, let alone what's coming. So, Collins, your thoughts. I want to know from you what you want to do about building your business. Because you think in a different way that I do. I'm the idiot that goes around like a salesman, walking door to door, getting told to go away. I can take that. It's water off a duck's back. But you, on the other hand, as a software engineer and specialist expert, and you wouldn't do that. So what would you do?
When I look at ONPASSIVE, I always like the way I shall keep it simple. We always said it's automated. It's all done for you, but there are things that you need to do to push that button. I just want to keep it simple, like someone who cannot share it, who cannot do all of those things, talk to people. Let me say I cannot talk to people like there are hundreds of thousands of people out there who say they cannot talk. All right, fine. Just do it like me. I will make sure I own all the products. Owning all the products means we have O Connect now. We have activated our O Connect. be ready to activate the next one. Every paid product, own it. Like I said, I want to own a virtual mall like Walmart supermarket. Everything that ONPASSIVE will build, like Jeffrey said, I will own it. Do you know why I will own it? Because every product is a stream of income. You don't own it, Mr. Ashbufala cannot drive traffic to an empty shop. So it's like you own O Connect, you don't own O Tracker. How do you expect the system to drive traffic? Traffic are customers. Customers, that is, we have customers that are looking for O Tracker or O Staff. Why should they try to send them to your shop if you own only O Connect? Because they will come back and say, oh, Jeffrey, you send me to that shop. Say it's a physical shop. Jeffrey, you sent me to that shop. You told me that they are selling O Tracker. But I've been there and there is nothing. I've wasted my time and my petrol. What will happen? Jeffrey will never trust me, or me, I will never trust Jeffrey again, because Jeffrey pointed me to the right direction. But just imagine they point you to the direction where things are happening. You come by, you tell Jeffrey, you know what? I went there, this customer service was brilliant. I got what I want. And then they will start to tell others that go to ONPASSIVE. So the moment you own it, the traffic will come organically. And then the second thing is, whatever version they produce, I will max it to the brim, because the higher I go, the more traffic I get, and the more I can expand my business. So if I come out and I tell 1 or 2 or 3 people, those people will be people who really would do what I am doing. Because if you cannot do what I am doing, as simple as this, where it is automated, then there is no point. If you cannot do what I'm doing, you cannot do what Andy is telling now to do. If you cannot do this, you cannot do what Jeffrey will be doing extra. Because this is the simple thing we can do to build that business. And I will do every little things. Now, coming to what Andy said, I will try to exploit that, because I will not sit behind, but I want to keep it very simple. And what Maggie will tell me, you know what, do ABC, it is simple, Collins. How do I do it? Can you help me? Yes, I will hammer it, because we always said sky is our limit. I always said sky is not the limit. Your limit is where you have choose to be. But I want to go above, because we are talking about the satellite. They are above the sky, the cloud. They are just the outer space of this earth. If I can go right to the outer space, why shouldn't I? ONPASSIVE is unlimited. If I can go unlimited, so be it, because it was built for everyone to go unlimited. So where my hand will shut is what I cannot do, but I will keep it and max it out to the brim. And that's what I will do day in, day out. I'll get a good laptop, please. You cannot run a multi-billion-dollar on a phone. A phone is not enough. The moment the Apple fall, get a proper laptop and run that business. Spend your time. It is so easy to do. And you'll see yourself flying.
Now, one of the things that really excites me is the vision of our CEO, insofar as he wants to ensure that we have control of absolutely everything that we do. Do you know what I mean, Jeffrey? Where where we control our entire destiny, and we're not, as we are at the moment, we're not being affected by outside sources in any way, shape, or form. Can you explain a little bit more to these people what I mean by that? What Ash is trying to achieve here?
Sure, absolutely, and that's one of the things that ONPASSIVE is being, I'll say, known for. But I mean, the founders have known for a very long time that. And let me go a little bit backwards a little bit and talk about Mr. Mufar. Mr. Mufar has been doing this whole marketing and online business thing for 25 years or better. He's got a master's in IT, information technology. And more than that, though, he has real world experience where he has been cheated and he's been lied to and he's been slandered and he's been made fun of and he's been picked on and he's gone through everything 100 times worse than you and I have as online marketers, right? I mean, he's been scammed just like we have back in the day. I mean, And every bit of that has brought forward part of the passion and part of the philosophy for running ONPASSIVE. And so he has built into ONPASSIVE the desire for the founders and the members all to have control and to be able to control and to put control into their own hands over what they do. So you choose what product. He's basically, what he's doing, Andy, is he's giving you, like you said, the store. He's saying, here's your store. All you got to do is go in and pick whatever it is that you want out of this whole store. When you buy it, you can also become a reseller of that product, and we're going to market it for you, and we're going to do everything in our power to make you successful. And in this way, you're going to be able to pick and choose, and you're going to be able to grow, and you're going to be able to do whatever it is that is your fancy, and you're going to be able to control every bit of it, because he's taking the power from the people that are holding these products over us and putting it in our lap, saying, okay, you've subscribed to this product or to all these products, and you can now, depending on how you want to build your business, you can pick and choose, and you can marry these other products in here and use them. And at every step, not only are you building your business, but you are by default building your income, and you got control over everything that you want to do. And that's just one big thing that he loves
phenomenal.
to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so the simplicity of this, and I like simple things.
Yeah.
I like the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we have a business opportunity here that and I want Collins to cover this very slightly, because I know he understands a little bit more about this. But at the moment, we have an opportunity with OConnect. Now, as I said, there are various other products in the ecosystem that are free to use, and everything is baby steps. So you need to learn about the business. You need to learn something every day. That's massive. But Collins, my understanding is that now, if you have an affiliate business with one of the big boys, there is a serious cost involved. Can you just enlighten me a little bit as to that? Because what I want to do is to give you a little comparison. I know we don't like comparisons here, Jeffrey, but I'm going to do it anyway. So, Collins, what's this other company, and what are they charging at the moment to do to have a done for you system?
Wow, it's really expensive. I was talking to Oliver, and we're checking a lot. And when you look at the all done for you, it is half baked. It is not full like the way ONPASSIVE is giving us everything. It's just half baked. So some of them are charging between 10 to 40,000 US dollars. 10 to 40,000. 40,000, so 10, 15, you have to drive the traffic yourself. 40,000, they will send traffic to you, but as I said, it's half baked. It is not the complete ecosystem. It's just, you just choose a particular product and say, we can give you this, but you pay this amount for us to do X, A, B, C for you. That's the amount they are charging.
Right, this is ridiculous, because at the end of the day, we know over the last 25 years or whatever, how long the big A company has been in place, they have made 40,000 millionaires.
Yes,
I think it's 40,000 millionaires. Okay, so we have a CEO with a heart for humanity that actually wants to create over 1 million millionaires, but it won't take us 20 years. We'll be lucky if it takes us 5, because we understand the system. We understand what ONPASSIVE is trying to do. Now, they talk about traffic. We talk about specific targeted traffic. There's a big difference. So at the end of the day, we've got an opportunity which is simple, and it's a fraction of the cost, because all you have to do is simply activate the various paying products so that they can go in your shop and be resold. That's why I love it. And I don't have to understand it, because I'm not the technical one. Collins is the technical one. He's good at that. And Jeffrey's very good too. But me, no, not interested. Don't understand it. Don't understand how it works. But I love it, because at the end of the day, there are some products that are going to come out that I'm never going to use. but believe me, they will be first in my shop the moment they come out. So passing comments or final comments from you then, Jeffrey, would you like to add anything to our conversation of this evening?
I can't think of anything that really needs to be added. We started off talking about OConnect, and man, if I would say anything to your audience, Andy, I think that it would be just go check it out. Go look. I mean, OConnect is the most beautiful program I've ever seen. Just like the rest of the programs that we have. I mean, OTracker. I mean, if you're a tech head, go check out OTracker because it has got some it's geofencing, seriously, right? Oh man, it's got heat maps. I mean, it's got reports out there. Yang. I mean, just go see what we've got. You'll be sold. Well, you won't be sold. You're gonna love it. Just go check us out. Go check us out.
Collins, final comments from you.
Wow. So, like Jeffrey said, it's just up to you. The choice you make, will be the choice your choice can determine your destiny, where you want to go. So, the only thing we can do is to say what we want to say, but it's up to others to say, yes, I've looked at it. I will take a look, because to take a look is just nothing. Just 5 minutes can take a look. And if you don't want it, delete it and go. It's a free account. There is no payment involved, no credit card involved. They've not asked you for anything. It's just a simple sign on, and you take a look, wander around. If you don't like it, you say, all right, this is not for me. You delete it. But to be honest with you, what I always say, you can reject it now, but there is no way you will escape ONPASSIVE, because it will be everywhere. Whether we like it or not, we will use the product. Whether you like it, because the products are so good, they are cost effective, so simple, there is nothing better out there, and lots will be coming. ONPASSIVE will own it, like Mr. Ashbufara said, they will own it. The company will have their own data center. Whether you like it, it has it now, and the bigger one is coming. They will own their own domain and their own bank. Once you have these three things in IT, you own it. You own it. No third party will involve. These three, you've killed it all. And what will happen? It will be like water, where you can give it for nothing, like the way they're giving Trim. Trim is a multi-billion-dollar company. Mr. Ashford gave it for free. Gave it for free. It's the best. You cannot even compete. Go and take a look. Check all the URL trimmer out there. Compare with Trim. Then tell us if we are lying. It is there. It speaks for itself. We cannot. Sometimes when we say we cannot do justice, if you don't take a look, we are not really doing justice, because it is so good. Word cannot even explain it. ONPASSIVE is making wave. We cannot sell ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE is selling herself out there. And those who are seeing it, they are coming in their numbers. But the one thing I'm saying, if you don't take a look, now sign up whilst it is free, just to become an affiliate.
Yeah.
What if tomorrow the company decides, we had enough, let's put it 10 grand. You will beat yourself because you said it was free. And people will tell you, I came in for free, it was just nothing. And you said, no, they are charging 10 grand, because now they want to reduce the population. Not the whole 5.5 billion cannot be affiliate. So at some point, when they are plugging in, what will happen? Mr. Ashbra can say, you know what? We cannot control the inflow. Let's start to push price tag to reduce it. Who knows? It can be 1 year, 2 years, 10 years from now. Who knows? And people will be celebrating. Oh, I came in for free. You will never believe it that they came in for free. But this is it. But that's the reality. So that's where I will end.
I think for me, I've never come across a more simplistic business model from our point of view. As an affiliate, I've got an opportunity to build a residual income to whatever level I choose. It is unlimited. This is a business that has a marketplace, a potential marketplace of now over 5.5 billion customers. Yeah. and with value for money, superior products. What could be better?
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks guys for joining us today. Thank you, Jeffrey. I'm so pleased you could make it today. And no doubt we shall see you again at some point in the future. Thanks ever so much, people, for joining us today. Guys, say goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you, Jeffrey. Good to see you. Thank you.